Hi, good morning, everybody. Welcome to week 11 of our 756 social psych class. I hope everybody is having a smooth as smooth adjustment to the increased online presence as possible. Um, I don't foresee any reasons why this class should pose any particular difficulty as far as that is concerned. But if there are any issues, any concerns, please feel free to reach out to let me know. This week we're actually going to be discussing the bystander effect, which is a very interesting topic, and was uh, really found to be very important. There was or I guess relevant in I believe the 70s with the Kitty Genovese story. So for those of you that are not familiar, let me back up here a little bit. So the bystander effect is essentially this theory out there that suggests that we as a bystander, if we come onto a crisis, onto a crime or whatever it might be, we are likely to sort of deflect the responsibility of needing um, to report, to intervene, right? So I actually have a relevant example in my own life. One day I was actually walking in Riverside, California. There is a spot where there is a Starbucks next to a Subway, and I was walking to Subway to get a sandwich, and this was right next to campus, and there was a lot of students there. There's always a lot of students at this particular Starbucks, working on papers, working on classwork, working on whatever it might be, and there was a laptop stolen, and so this guy runs out of the Starbucks with this laptop, and he just runs right through the parking lot. He's about 15 feet from me at a certain point, if I remember correctly. My memory could be a little foggy on that part, but he was relatively close to me, and I did not intervene in any way whatsoever, and so this is a topic that is obviously has probably applied to more of us than we would like to acknowledge, but ultimately it is an interesting topic out there because we have at one point or another probably been a bystander to some kind of issue, some kind of altercation, some kind of interaction that is not positive, and we oftentimes sort of lay the responsibility at the foot of another individual. And so, looking at the bystander effect when it comes to the Kitty Genovese story, for those of you that don't remember this, you probably learned this whenever you were in Gen Psych. The Kitty Genovese story is the one where a woman is brutally murdered in front of a busy apartment complex in New York City, and there are multiple eyewitnesses to the crime, but nobody calls the police because everybody assumes that their neighbor, that somebody else is seeing this and somebody else is concerned, somebody else is going to call the police, right? And so that is essentially the bystander effect in a nutshell. And so what I want to discuss this week is the original research about the bystander effect from Latney was published in 1968, if I remember correctly. But what I want for you to do this week is not have a discussion necessarily about the article that I posted, or it can be about the article I posted actually online. But I don't want you to have a discussion about the article in 1968. I want you to go out and I want you to find a relevant use of the bystander effect in the research, so some kind of application that is beyond the original application of the bystander effect in 1968, and I want you to sort of discuss how that research impacts you, right? So there are a lot of different ways there's a lot of different research out there that looks at sort of the implications of the bystander effect or the different the different roles that this theory can have on us, that this social psychological process can have on us. And so all the way from, so the one that I posted online in Canvas, it was related to our willingness to intervene if we are more likely to intervene in a problem if we're with a friend than if we are with a stranger. If we're in a group, we are more likely to intervene than if we are by ourselves. And so there's these different sort of applications of the bystander effect. There are applications that have discussed the bystander effect when it comes to child abuse, right? So you are a school teacher, or you're a school psychologist, or you're a school principal, and you notice an individual has been abused, and there is some research out there showing that we are more likely to say, oh, okay, well, Johnny has a better relationship with Mr. Such and Such, so really, I think that Mr. Such and Such is going to be a better person to sort of to determine if that's child abuse or not, or we are less likely. Ultimately, we are more willing to sort of let things slide, and the bystander effect discusses that to a certain extent. So, what I want from you is to go out there, find some relevant research out there that is discussing the bystander effect, and then go into Canvas and present that. Okay, so discuss the results of this particular study. I want it to be a peer-reviewed study. I want it to be I don't want news articles. I don't want news clippings from CBS or Fox or MSNBC or whatever it might be. I want to have some kind of sort of intellectual, research-based discussion on this topic. There's a lot out there. I was looking at it just a minute ago. There's a ton out there for y'all to look at. This research has been out there since the 60s, so there shouldn't be any issues. Now, if there truly is an issue as far as you getting access to some kind of topic, to discuss, then please do reach out, and we can discuss that at the time. But that is my goal. So present that, discuss that, and sort of your reaction toward this research, toward this new information to you, and just have a discussion on that, and then go out there and post on the research that somebody else found. So it should be pretty simple. Should be not too complicated. But if there are any complications, please let me know. All right. Otherwise, I hope everybody has a great week. I hope everybody is having as stress-free of a time as possible. I know this is a very, very stressful time, but please do try to find some time to take care of yourself, to engage in some kind of activity that is fun, that is rewarding for you. Okay. Otherwise, again, any complaints or concerns or questions, please let me know. Otherwise, I'll let y'all have a great week. All right. Hope to see you all on the message board. All right. Bye.